Attention passionate Chicago, BEARS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, BEARS. Let's get to the news, folks. If you've been paying attention around the league, you've probably heard the whispers, the rumors, and the speculation swirling about what might be coming next for the Chicago Bears in the secondary. And let me tell you, it's not just idle chatter. There's serious buzz that could signal a game-changing move for the Bears' defense, especially in the pass coverage department. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, are we really talking about a trade that could shake up the entire NFC North? Absolutely. Because what's happening right now might be one of those moves that shifts the entire balance of power in the division, and it's all centered around a player who's been steadily rising in the NFL ranks, Alontae Taylor from the New Orleans Saints. Rumors, as reported by some insiders and notably echoed by Adam Schefter, suggest that the Saints, currently sitting at a disappointing 2-8 with a pass defense that's been leaking points, might be ready to shake things up. They're reportedly exploring the idea of trading Taylor, a promising young cornerback, to the Bears. The Saints, in the midst of a rebuild, are looking to acquire draft capital, specifically a first-round pick and a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, to help them reset their roster and focus on their cap space, which is around $12 million, mainly to rebuild their defensive line and give quarterback Derek Carr some additional weapons and protection. This potential trade isn't just about swapping players. It's about a strategic move that could have ripple effects across the NFC South and even beyond. But for the Bears, acquiring Taylor could be a massive boost, especially considering their needs in the secondary. Right now, Chicago's pass defense has been a mixed bag, decent at times, but vulnerable against high-caliber QBs and explosive offenses. Taylor's addition could be exactly what they need to elevate that unit, to turn it into a real strength rather than a weakness. Let's look a little deeper into who Alontae Taylor is and what he brings to the table. Taylor, who's still just 25 years old, has shown flashes of being a versatile, playmaking cornerback. In 2025, he's played 10 games, accumulating 33 solo tackles and 16 assisted tackles, along with 49 combined tackles overall. He's not just a coverage guy. He's been active around the ball, with 1 sack for 15 yards and 1 interception returned for 11 yards. His career totals are impressive for such a young player. Over 150 tackles, 5 interceptions, and a PFF grade of 85.0. That's no small feat, especially considering the injury history that many young DBs face early in their careers. What makes Taylor particularly appealing is his coverage ability. His EPA, expected points added per coverage play, is 28, which indicates he's effective at limiting yards and plays against him. His completion percentage allowed is 58%, which is solid, and he's been able to generate 8 pass breakups. His low yards after catch, YAC, allowed an average of just 4. 2 yards shows he's not just covering well, but also preventing the offense from gaining extra yards after the catch. When you compare him to a young corner like Marshawn Lattimore, Taylor's trajectory looks promising. He's showing signs of becoming a lockdown type, with potential for a plus 25% boost in defensive grade, especially in a system like Chicago's under their coaching staff. Now, why are the Saints willing to part with such a promising player? Well, besides their rebuild and the cap space they want to free up, it's also about their struggle on third downs. They rank at just 38.8% in converting third downs, which is abysmal. They're looking to maximize draft picks now rather than hold onto players who might not fit their future plans. For the Bears, this is a prime opportunity. They're sitting on roughly $6 million in cap space, and while they've been somewhat skeptical about their aerial pass defense, PFF grades around 76. They're clearly looking for versatile, data-driven solutions to improve. The impact here could be massive. Bringing Taylor into the fold, especially if he's integrated well into Chicago's secondary, would significantly boost the pass defense. We're talking about a decrease in completion percentage allowed by about 15%, along with an increase of roughly 1-2 interceptions per game, thanks to Taylor's ability to read plays and make plays on the ball. His presence would also help generate more sacks indirectly, as his coverage and pressure force quarterbacks into hurried throws. Right now, the Bears' defense could use that kind of boost. Their current stats show a need for a player who can step in and immediately contribute to their pass rush and coverage schemes. If you take a look at the projections, adding Taylor could lead to an additional 15 turnovers for the Bears this season, which could be a game changer in close contests. Chicago's defense would gain more consistency, especially against division rivals like the Packers, who are averaging 22 points per game but struggle with turnovers and consistency, making this move even more strategic. The added depth and talent in the secondary would give head coach Matt Eberflus and defensive coordinator Alan Williams more flexibility to dial up complex coverages and blitz packages, knowing they have a versatile player like Taylor who can handle multiple roles. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. Moving Taylor to the Bears could have a ripple effect on the Bears' Super Bowl chances. The odds, currently at plus 8,000, could shift dramatically, especially with a player like Taylor bolstering the secondary. If he adapts quickly and the Bears' defense clicks into gear, we could see a significant boost in their win probability. The deep roots and passing game of teams like the Chiefs, with Mahomes at the helm, are always a concern. But with Taylor's ability to cover deep routes and disrupt timing, Chicago's defense could become more formidable. Some projections even suggest that Taylor's addition could increase the Bears' chances of winning close games by around 10%, which is huge when you're chasing playoff positioning. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, and there's always a risk when trading draft capital for a player. The Saints are betting on their rebuild and cap flexibility, but the Bears are betting that Taylor's youth, talent, and potential can help them take that next step toward consistent playoff contention and ultimately a Super Bowl run. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off if everything aligns. Looking at the broader NFL landscape, this move echoes some of the recent trades we've seen that emphasize young, versatile defensive backs who can impact the game in multiple ways. It's a trend that's been gaining momentum, teams valuing players who can contribute both in coverage and in rushing the passer, especially with offenses becoming more explosive and passing-heavy. The Bears are clearly aiming to be part of that wave, and acquiring Taylor would be a statement move, signaling their intent to be serious contenders in the NFC. And let's not forget, this isn't just about this season. The contract details suggest that Taylor's future with Chicago could be promising, especially if he continues to develop and thrives in new surroundings. His cap hit of around $12 million for the Saints was a consideration for them, but for the Bears, an investment of roughly $6 million in cap space might be seen as a worthy gamble. They're already building a roster that's young, talented, and hungry, and adding a player like Taylor could be the piece that helps them push over the edge into genuine contention. In conclusion, folks, if this trade goes through, it's going to be one of those moves that fans will look back on as a turning point in the Bears' postseason journey. It's about adding talent, youth, and potential to an already promising defense. It's about shaking up the division and setting the stage for a more competitive, aggressive Chicago Bears team that's not just looking to compete, but to dominate. We've seen how a single player can change a team's fortunes, and Taylor might just be that guy for us. So buckle up, Bears fans, because the next few weeks could be incredibly exciting as this deal potentially gets finalized and we see how Taylor fits into our scheme. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Taylor is the piece that could push our defense to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Let's keep that passion alive and get ready for what's shaping up to be an exciting season ahead.